Hello, everybody. Welcome to your reading. If the message resonates with you, it's yours. If it doesn't, it's just not yours. And keep it moving. Today, I asked to find messages of healing and of hope. I feel like the energy that I'm picking up for this read is people who have been going through something. There's a big shift. We're just moving into eclipse season, and there's a lot of things that are falling away and falling into place right now. So, without further ado, let's start your read. So, I'm looking into what's going on right now. What is happening for you right now? Wow. Okay, so I was intuitively feeling right. So I pulled the Six of Pentacles. This was originally in reverse. So I'm using the Drew deck book. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the Death card, the Nine of Wands, and the Three of Swords. You guys have been going through it. It feels like what's been happening is there was a relationship that was just grossly out of balance. It felt like one person was taking so much and the other person was constantly giving but not receiving the same in return. I feel like you were the one giving in this relationship, like you were doing everything in your power to keep this person with you and to make the relationship work, but the other person just was not giving back in the same way, and there was an imbalance. This could also even be, this doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. This can be with a friend or a coworker or someone in your family, or even whatever you're doing, feeling like there's a lack of reciprocity, because Six of Pentacles is all about the give and take in life. And sometimes it means that when you're down, learn how to receive from someone else, learn how to receive a gift from someone else. And when you're up, you'll give a gift in return. It's often a card of like a beggar and someone who is like the angel in like a homeless person's clothes. I'm not sure if you ever heard of something like that, but it's like when an angel is dressed up as someone who can't help you, and then you help that person, and then you end up getting gifted for it. But it just feels like there was a relationship or something where it wasn't reciprocal and you weren't getting what you were putting into it. Then we have the death card. First of all, I gotta say, you guys have been going through it. The death card is a card of, it's my favorite card in the deck, to be honest. It's a card of endings. It's a card of letting go. It always makes me think of the fall when the leaves start to fall off the trees and then just new life comes in. And the thing, especially if this was a relationship that you were really holding on to, it's like whether you're ready to let go or not, it's time to let go, and the universe is going to make it happen. So it's like you got to just let go. It's like this energy that I feel here, it's like desperately holding on to something or someone and being like, but this was the way of life that I was used to. But honey, it's not the way of life anymore, and the faster you accept that what you wanted or what you thought you had just isn't there, the better. Because death is the reminder that the only constant in life is change. Now, we ask for messages of healing and for hope. This is what you're going through presently. So I do see you guys have been struggling. There's the Nine of Wands. This is a card of someone standing up for their last defense. He's tired, he's weary, he's broken his arm, he has all these cuts and bruises, but he's rising up to battle again, because I see like there was a heartbreak. There was such a deep heartbreak here. This heartbreak, it's kind of funny because this heartbreak was so terrible. I'm not gonna lie. This gives me the vibe of like not just a romantic heartbreak, although that is awful, but a heartbreak from your parents or from a sibling or, a real, I don't want to say a betrayal, but a changing of life as you knew it. And what I think of too is this, the fragile heart that is in the Three of Swords, being pierced by all these swords. And then it being behind the Nine of Wands, it makes me feel like as a result, you learn to always protect yourself and always protect your heart. And you've kind of been in this state where you feel like you're going it alone all the time. And like, how many more things can life throw at you? And you haven't even had time to like soothe your soul and soothe your spirit because we see that even though you're rising up to fight again, this heart is still in need of healing. This heart is still hurting. So we see there's a lot going on for you right now. And I ask for messages of hope and healing. And this is what we have next. This is what's coming for you in the future. We have the Queen of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. This really gives me the energy of like a montage that you see in a film after someone has a breakup and then they just become this whole new person. It also makes me wonder too if some of the heartbreak that we're talking about doesn't have to do with love and relationships, but has to do with maybe a project that you put a lot of time into, and then now you're realizing like it's just not going anywhere. Like there's no room for this to grow, and so you got to like figure out something else, and you're not done yet, and you have to like fight one more time with the Nine of Wands and keep on moving because we have a lot of Pentacles cards here. The Pentacles are a card of building a foundation for your life, but a message of hope and healing starting with the Queen of Cups is she's connecting to herself. She's connecting to her center. The Queen of Cups is a deeply emotional person. The cups is water energy. It is the energy of emotion. So it's about allowing and embodying and embracing your feelings and allowing them to just be as they are and not asking them to be anything different. And also, this gives me the vibe of like in human design, if you have an emotional center, the way that you're supposed to make choices is you're supposed to allow your emotions a full like 24-hour period or to ride a full wave of the up and down. And then you'll find the answer for you, or to go towards what makes you feel excited and what makes you feel alive. So there's something about connecting to your emotional center because what we had before was such an upheaval of life and order that it's coming back to your inherent sense of self and recalibrating here and connecting to that emotional place and dipping your toe in the water of your feelings, but not allowing yourself to get overwhelmed by them. And then we see that something is starting to take place here. The Pentacles are all about growth in the tangible world. So if you've been, building a business or, going to school, the Eight of Pentacles is all about, it's like, I always think of this as the card of the intern, the person who's not getting paid a lot, who doesn't see the fruits of their labor, but they are working diligently every single day and they're putting their energy into their goals every single day. And it feels like this goal that you're searching and moving towards is very much an heart-centered goal. So it could be like, I want, you know, my dream is to have a house that looks like X, Y, and Z. And that house would give me a feeling of state security and safety. It's the emotions attached to the house that drive you to put forth the everyday work towards building the house, whatever the metaphorical house is for you. It's about learning how to perfect your craft. This is a lot of what you're being asked to do is you're asked to balance so many balls in the air all at once. And it's learning how to find balance between what you need and what you desire and how to eat enough and sleep enough, and then also put in the energy of your work, or to not get so consumed by one thing that you forget you have all these balls in the air. So you're moving forward at a pace that may feel slow, but things are happening here. Like you are learning how to become a master of your craft. Whatever it is that you're learning now, you will do very well at because you're taking the time to fine tune your learning and to becoming eventually what will be a master of whatever it is you're trying to learn. You're putting in the practical steps. So what else do you have to look forward to? What is this thing that we're growing? Is it a business? Is it a relationship? It'll be different for everyone, but wow. It feels like this is the lady, this is the Empress in a lot of decks. This is literally the energy of being pregnant. So I'm not sure if some of you are pregnant and literally growing a babe inside your womb, or if you're writing a book, or filming your first TV show, or trying to become a content creator, or whatever it is. You right now, you're in the nitty-gritty of doing the work, figuring it out, and whatever it is you're working towards, it's going to be birthed and it's going to be bring abundance. This also, with the Ten of Swords here, a lot of this energy could also read to me as having gone through so much pain and hardship and getting to a place where you're finally getting over the hump, whether this is like getting over the hump of depression or, mental health issues that have just bogged you down. It's like you're finally able to see the light and see the light on the horizon. And I think sometimes when people are down so bad mentally, it's the little practical steps that you take that are going to lead you to where you need to be, whether it's, eating and getting outside. Sometimes it's the things in the practical routine and learning how to perfect your routine that can help you um, bring you to this new place where you're finally, whatever it is that you've been struggling with for so long, you're finally free. You're finally free. Whether this is like unlearning old patterns and old conditioning, but you're finally free. And this work and this stuff that you've been going through, this is all to help you because you're going to become abundant. It's like your healing is interconnected with these gifts that you'll be given and these things that you're going to bring forth into the world. It seems like there's an entire restructuring of your life. You guys are in a period of profound change, and things are going to start to get easier, and you're going to learn how to tap into your strengths, how to tap into your warrior woman or your warrior person, how to make choices that are right for you. The Princess of Swords, she's often an Amazon like warrior princess. She can be very like cut and dry and very, no bullshit. Like she's gonna go after what she wants. And I think there's an energy of selfishness here. And I think it feels very positive sometimes. It's like, yeah, go after what you want. Yeah, look at people not necessarily critically, but with a layer of discernment and using your mind and not allowing your heart to get brought into an issue where it has to be a decision made by the mind. It's also a card of like following curiosity. And this energy to me feels like you guys have been in this long odyssey of like figuring something out for you. And this is the moment where everything kind of just goes and it crumbles. And it's because it's crumbling to make something new. I ask for cards of hope and healing. And what I see is you're doing the work, like you're doing the healing work. You're taking the practical steps. You're making the changes that you need to make. And it shows to me what an amazingly resilient person that you are. I pulled a crystal for you. This is a fluorite crystal. This is all about learning how to connect and ground into reality. It can sometimes feel, especially when we're really struggling, our brains get so caught up in the worries that we forget to just bring our feet down to earth, take a few deep breaths, and learn how to connect in the here and now. I think this card comes up because the read that I'm reading is someone who's kind of gone through so much and they've had to constantly balance all of these worries and all of these things going on. And to people who do have anxiety or struggle with flashbacks or anything like that, one of the best things you can do is just look around the room and survey everything that's in the room and make note of it. Make note of how your feet feel on the ground and what that looks like over there and what, this crystal feels like and like physically grounding yourself into your reality, especially if what you struggle with is like memories from the past or anxious thoughts. But in terms of the creation that you guys are doing. This is all part of the plan, the path. You are creating something that is beautiful and meaningful. And you're going to be struck with a seed of inspiration. And you have the sunstone here. And the sunstone is a card of leadership and creativity and learning how to speak your truth and how to move in a way that feels authentic to you and how to let your light shine. And you're moving into a period of greater softness. We have the Princess of Cups. This is a card of emotions and this is a card of allowing yourself to believe in daydreams. I think, after you've gone through such a hard time here, it can be so hard to connect to the part of ourselves that believes in hope and dreams and love and naivete a little bit. But it's like we never want to lose that. We don't want to lose all of that just because we grew up and life got hard. It's connecting to the things that bring you joy, that bring your little girl, your little boy sense self, your little non-binary self joy. And whether that's, reading a fantasy book or a romance novel or, dreaming of love or art or whatever it is that brings your heart this kind of peace, this is a softening here because what you were coming from before was so much hardship where you learned how to be hard. And it's, you have these beautiful two totally different vibes here with the Princess of Swords, who's the warrior princess and who doesn't take shit from anybody, and the Princess of Cups, who's love and tenderness and softness and sometimes a little too naive, but the Princess of Swords is sometimes a little bit on the non-emotional side. So this is like a balancing of the heart and of the minds. And I really believe there's something you're creating that is so positive, and happiness is going to be yours again. You have the Sun card. It also reminds me of whatever's been in the dark will be revealed. If there are things, people have done you dirty or whatever, and they've gotten away with it, they won't. Because whatever's done in the dark will come to light. Whatever's done in the dark will come to light. Whatever's done in the dark will come to light. That's what I'm hearing. This is also a card of radical authenticity. Like you went through such a period of like crumbling and finding yourself all over again. This is a card of being born again. This is like finding yourself again and stepping into the light. Like you've just been in the dark. It was so dark. You were in a tunnel for so long and now you're in the light. So this honestly really to me feels like if you've been struggling with depression and anxiety or just just really challenging energy. Like this is changing for you, and you are stepping into a period of your life where there is happiness for you, and you've really done so much. Like you've done the healing work, you didn't give up when it got hard. Like you went through something here, and you're learning how to reconnect and reintegrate yourself so that you're not just someone who went through a bunch, but you're someone who's healing and someone who's learning how to connect to their child self again and their innocence and their sense of joy. So I love this for you. You guys have gone through so much, and all the respect in the world for you. I pulled you a rose quartz. This is a card of unconditional love. You may have some new love coming into your life. And I also pulled the Australian agate. I want to read this from the book, but I just feel like I should. Perception, strength, courage, and stamina. Your power of perception, along with your mental and physical body, are presently being strengthened. This will give you the courage and energy required to tackle what seems at present to be a complex and somewhat insurmountable problem. The problem involves someone who is incompatible with your ideas and principles. You are being urged to stand your ground, yet keep your calm. Don't allow yourself to be psychologically or emotionally bullied. All concerned will soon realize the truth you've already known for quite some time, that this particular person is not who they present themselves to be. The rose quartz is a card, it's a stone of love, specifically a stone of self-love and learning how to love and accept yourself. And I feel like that's something that you guys, like your heart, it just feels like you so desperately need. So, unconditional love, peace, joy, loving thoughts. This beautiful pink here. Blessings. You are being bathed in love, light, and healing energy by the universe and those who dearly love and treasure you. This is a time of peace and joy, a time to reflect on all that you're grateful for, share your love and blessings with your friends and loved ones. Remember, the more love you give, the more love you automatically receive in return. Know that you truly deserve all the blessings coming your way. The following is a short prayer you may wish to recite so that others may also open their hearts to the healing power of love. We pray for love to heal and guide us, to illuminate our hearts and minds, so that we all may come to see and feel the sacred flame of light we each hold within. For then we shall truly know, beyond all doubt, that only love is real, only love is eternal. And here are your cards. Thank you guys so much. I hope that this reading gave you some hope. I just think the world needs more hope and more healing and more, yeah, just in general hope. I don't want to. So yeah, please leave a comment below on if the reading resonated with you, what parts resonated, and if you would like to book a reading with me, go to www.rileyadair.com and please like and subscribe. Bye.